Welcome to another RPG Reanimators It's a Live Actual Play, this time of From the Dust, Session 2, run by our very own Zander. Please take it away with the introductions.
Hello, welcome back to From the Dust. It has been for us a bit of jump in time out of character, so please do not be mad at us if we get some slight details wrong about what happened last session. But besides that, I think uh, Lex had planned our recap.
It will be one of the recaps of all time.
Well,
We just discussed a little bit before the session. One of the last things that we remember is that our agents were meeting up at the what was it? What was it, Luke? The rooted beat,
Rooted
beated root,
beat. I
the
think rooted beat, something
the
like that.
rooted
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
vegan cafe that Sybil and Luke had picked out. Mike was just trying tempeh for the first time and maybe withholding his judgment until you can see how well that works out. But as we're here, we're going to throw OPSEC out the window and kind of lay out everything, the case as we know it. So on Sunday, July 28th of 2024, we were summoned by our handler, Agent Blake, to look into what he is calling Operation Blister 2, something to do with this S. Garrettson mansion that was the center of some hotspots of child kidnappings way back in 1961, the original Operation Blister. We've been looking into this some more, and it seems that over the course of 3 months, 3 children have gone missing within 5 kilometers of this mansion. Although how they got us onto this mansion as a lead is still really unknown to us. We found that there were several missing children. There was Franklin Elders, who went missing on May 7th. It seemed to just disappear at a local farmer's market. Catherine Strouch on March 10th was abducted from her home, from the backyard. And, oh no, that's wrong, was just abducted from her home within a closed room, right under her mother's nose. Sandra Cohen was the most recent to disappear on June 6th, who disappeared from a small fenced-in backyard. From a lot of kind of cross-referencing various records, all of these children seem to go missing during a new moon, and we started suspecting maybe a lunar phase has something to do with this pattern as to why it's repeated again from 1961 to today. Looking into the S. Garrettson mansion, when we pull up some schematics and things from City Hall, it is an old federal style house that's currently owned by the Xenon Construction Company, and with the Bloomfeld Associates being the ones to really do a lot of the contracting. It is to be remodeled into the Dazel condominiums by Bloomfeld Associates. And while the building is pretty decrepit and has a very distinctive kind of Gothic architecture, there are loads of cameras and security and like security van and things that are right outside of it. It seems that they've been stepping up monitoring around it. Talking with a man who was sleeping outside of the area, he noted that they have a dumpster out behind the building. They have had some issues with some of their stuff going missing, so keep calling folks around to investigate it. Says some Harry Potter dude owns the place. And he led us to a woman named Mona, who her mother used to call it the baby killer house. Led us to a couple of leads regarding the original owners, someone with a name like Sidem. And she claims that some kind of large monkeys were coming out of the house that were never seen during the day, only at night. So looking into some more information from here, yeah, we found the lunar cycle seems to add up with everything else going on. We've picked up a bag with various surveillance equipment, and I believe performed a couple of stakeouts overnight from Sunday into Monday, trying to watch the place, or maybe setting up some cameras to watch the power lines and whatnot. Arthur and Luke went to visit the Cohen residence to look into it and found that there was a sewer grate in the backyard that after having to heave the lid of it off, which weighed like 45 pounds or so, you can step in and look around, and he found what looked like a small snapped rib bone that could be decades old, belonged to a human infant with no marrow inside, as if it had been just sucked out. Looking through, I believe we found that there was also a small rib bone that likely also belonged to a human infant at the site of the Strouch abduction. I think that
Yes.
that's in police evidence. We tried to get access to it, but like we know that it is there. I don't think that we have it per se. Um, and then yeah, we pulled up a whole bunch of dirt on Bloomfeld Associates. It looks like Edward Bloomfeld is going to be sort of the main guy in charge. He's a younger, only 29, but he's called the police multiple times due to stolen equipment, silent alarms being tripped, and has been stepping up security as they're behind schedule. We found the original name was the Soydam Garretson Mansion, built by the Soydam family when this was farmland, inherited by Gunther Garretson in 1926. Let's see. And then just found a lot of dirt on the various workers that, we may just hand a sticky note back and forth if in case we wanted to blackmail anyone. I believe we were discussing sort of a plan on how to gain access to the mansion. And maybe the last thing that I remember saying was, so we may be dealing with monkeys that are going into the sewers with power tools.
And just a note, I think that was a mistype on your notes. He's around 49.
Oh,
About
49.
49.
Okay.
But yes, that sounds all about correct. You had sort of been discussing your options for entering the S. Garretson. You also know that basically Bloomfeld, while he was while his the with the deal with the silent alarms, that basically he had been calling the police pretty constantly. So at this point, basically, the police are no longer accepting his calls, basically,
Yeah,
or at
like
least
they weren't
having
showing up
very
unless he's on
slow or
site, right?
yeah, he's not showing up unless he's on site personally, and he has not been and just generally like having very slow response to him, as you would if you'd been called by the same guy like 20 times.
Mike, I mean, there's been some crimes here, right? And it seems like they've called the cops. Is there an FBI angle to get us in there during the day to look around? Or is this like a wait till night and then sneak in type of thing? We can get construction gear pretty easily.
Yeah, well, I believe we should normally do things by the book, but in this case, we have some pressing time, right?
Right. I think that these kidnappings culminated around was it a lunar eclipse, which we have less than a week to get to. This is
The
by
eclipse has
memory.
already happened.
Okay. What
Like the
was
nearest eclipse was recent, but already
But there was some kind of timetable that it sounded like
happened.
someone else
I think
was
like you were just waiting, like concerned that if when the next new moon happened,
yeah,
that something
yeah.
might happen.
I mean, also, Sandra went missing not too long ago. And if Sandra Cohen's still around, then I mean, we should be moving to find her, right? Like that's what's on my mind. So, and there's even Catherine, who it was a few months ago, but who knows, right?
Hmm.
Well, what crossed my mind was, there's a lot of cameras there, and then maybe this Bloomfield would call the cops and they wouldn't turn up. Maybe that's one way of going in. I also think we managed to dig up a bit of background information on some of the employees. One of them's got a long list of tax crimes. Another drunk and disorderly. Another one's done a 5-year stint for manslaughter. Another assault. So I'm sure we could maybe lean on one of those to give us an unofficial tour. or even just an official tour, but intimating that cooperation would be in their best interests. Or we could wait during the day and call up Mr. Bloomfeld and say, look, we take his. There's been a crack in the case and it crosses state lines, and maybe it's we've seen something similar in my hometown, and it's worth investigating all these very serious claims he's made.
Yeah, I mean, leaning on one of them is good. I mean, to be honest, like that's an average construction site, that rap list. And like, so that's going to be anywhere you see guys working construction. But yeah, maybe the lower one, like turning like the drunk and disorderly with Arturo, and saying like, hey, we have more evidence on this and pushing him probably. But yeah, I'm not so sure. Like, I'm not so sure they have access to give us a tour or anything. So
My
As-
biggest worry is the cameras.
As a question, then, how closely would we want to play this to the chest, and maybe even asking this Edward Bloomfeld if we could have his cooperation that a number of children have been going missing in the city? It's very common for people to use abandoned buildings, isolated buildings, or in this case, even his construction site. That if people are not there, that might be why their motion sensors are getting tripped, and maybe make some unsavory links as to why some of his power tools may be going missing. That it would be awful if his business would be implicated in sheltering some kind of maniac abducting and torturing children under his nose.
And then maybe we could get access to all his camera files, off the
Potentially.
computer.
We're just here to exonerate him. I don't think any of us thinks that he is actually causing this.
But what if he was aware of what's going on with that?
Then we kill him.
That Unofficially, of course.
You're with the FBI. You know all about that, don't you?
No. We do things by the book.
Do either any of you think that we should look into Arajo and Bateria, the guys who quit? See if they have like a reason why they quit.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That may not help us get into the building right away, but I also think that sometimes people just show up to these construction sites and just walk around. These guys don't ask any questions. They don't care as long as there's not a supervisor around. They don't really give a shit.
yeah, I mean,
I would. Sorry,
go
go on.
ahead, Mike. No, Mike, go please.
Look, my only worry here is the cameras. Like I don't want the four of us turning up to a site and then find that there's a nice, high res sort of picture in picture of the four of us. It may not be something we want to be seeing tomorrow.
In the kit that I picked up from CMC, I know that we talked about maybe like a small drone or GoPros and some small portable cameras on our end. Would there be anything that we could use? I see it in movies where like they clip a thingy onto the camera feed and can kind of see what they're seeing and, hacking, I'm in, and all of that stuff. What would be the technical feasibility of something like that from CMC?
Not from CMC.
Okay.
Anyone when it's like SIGINT or like computer science, like obviously like if they're like modern day security cameras are going to be going to a server, and they're probably having to be connected to Wi-Fi in some way.
Right. Like I have 60 in SIGINT, 80 in computer science, and 40 in craft electronics and all of that stuff. So like what would be the feasibility of me teching my way in?
It'd be something you would just do on your computer. You wouldn't need like a separate device. You would just need
analog.
to go out to get in. The other thing is, but yeah, as far as your kit from CNC is like stuff you would get like that you would give to a child when you found them. So like fresh clothes, like a stuffed animal for that comfort. Like it's very much like the CMC go bag is very much like a like okay kid, here's something to make you feel better after whatever horrible experience you've gone through.
In that case, I feel like I can handle the security cameras. If we're worried about images in there, I doubt they're using state-of-the-art technology for that.
Well, if we could solve that problem, I'm sure we could just turn up to the site. We've got a long list of rap sheets. Let's have a talk to whoever's on. If someone's working that night, let's go walk in. And you do that Mission Impossible stuff to the cameras and make us disappear. Hey, this Tis Tempe, by the way, is amazing. It's not very
Glad to
filling,
hear it.
though. Maybe
I had a feeling you'd like it.
it's Japanese. Is that right?
Not quite, but sure. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Sure. I'm enjoying it.
It's not New York. Yeah, so the plan is go to the site and then just snoop around and try to talk to some people. And would you even use your FBI angle, or should we get construction outfits and then I can pretend to be a foreman or something, or actually a state supervisor that's coming and just doing a quick inspection?
I like the idea. Look, no one's going to be writing down my badge number as long as we're not on camera. I think we can waltz in. I think bringing a clipboard, Nick, like I said, to be the foreman of a quality inspection.
Yep.
Called at 11 o'clock at night wouldn't be such a bad idea, and I'm there for as part of it. You're escorting me on the premises, making
Sounds
sure
great.
things are safe.
Beautiful.
We're having this meeting in the morning, aren't we? Or like kind of brunch?
I think, if I remember correctly, like it is because I believe you had sort of that morning is when you had sort of like had your meeting with you had your like meeting with what's his face guy who's on your bond sheet. I'm sorry, like on the name.
Oh, Joe DeWant? Yeah, like I know
Joe
that
DeWant.
yeah.
Joe. Yeah, you're meeting with Joe, and that was around the same time, Mercury, that the others were sort of moving between the like looking
The
into
sites.
the site and
victims.
also looking into and going to the
The sewer and checking
Yeah.
in on
Yeah.
the families. Yeah.
So I have it
Yes.
that we're currently on Monday the 29th. But so this is
Yeah. And you
Late
know that
afternoon,
you're
maybe.
that
Yeah.
makes sense.
it's close to the afternoon, yeah. And I should note you did look it up and sort of because you were worried about the timetable. It is August 4th is the nearest noon.
That's it. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna note that down.
Well, we could go in this afternoon when there's other workers around and just tell them we're doing the inspection. And then while we're there, Sybil could connect up the doohickeys to the cameras.
Yeah. Sybil, you got the doohickeys for the cameras on you?
Fully stocked of doohickeys, gizmos, gadgets, and whatchamacallits.
All right.
Are they
Build
the
a
latest
gadget.
version? I've heard that's a good thing.
Yes. You can just
Is
see like a
Firmware is
slight
up to date.
vein is kind of pulsing on her temple a bit.
Do you have the firmware updates? I've also heard
I got
that's
it.
important.
I have it.
You got it?
Did you flash your BIOS? So.
So as we're doing that, I think y'all had a good idea in terms of interviewing Yardley Materia and Noah Arajo. Did we want to interview them before we show up on the site in case they give us any insight for places to look?
Sybil, do you think we can find their phone numbers and see if we can get them on the phone? Or do you think we need to do this in person?
Whips out her
one of you
laptop.
had hacked into their employee records, so yeah, you have their phone numbers.
Yep. So I have their
Unless they've changed
phones.
them within the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Um,
Just
as
get
you're sort
a
of
phone call.
as you're sort of checking that, Sybil, you had sort of tasked Joe with getting a little to do you a little favor for getting you into all of this.
Mhm.
To take a little to do a little research on his own, which presumably he's been spending the day doing because you see, look at this shit is the log line as he starts sending you photos and scans of what look to be old newspapers. And I will drop that in the Discord channel as a handout.
Okay. Let's see. Soydam marriage ends in murder. Robert Soydam, known gentleman, occultist, and buyer of outre books on witchcraft and demonology, was murdered on a Cunard liner on the 21st of June, along with his young bride, Cornelia Garretson. The two's wedding night ended in horror when a sailor found the pair in their stateroom, dead from strangulation. The ship's doctor has confirmed the death, but has not accounted for the strange claw-like markings found on the victims' throats. Investigators have been scant with details. According to the ship's doctor, Soydam's body was removed from the ship by a collection of sailors. To deepen the mystery, Soydam had provided a signed notice to these mysterious individuals that his body was to be released to these particular men, quote, in case of I'm guessing suicide, or unexplained accident or death. Rumors of Cornelia Garretson's body, it's slightly torn, of blood are unsubstantiated. Both, let's see, and physicians deny this coincidence. Some sort of a raid ends in a bust. As terror over the child kidnapping epidemic spreads through Red Hook, the failed police raid on the visitation of the Blessed Women Church has done little to assuage local fears. After a report that Dilo Suraw, one of the missing children, was seen from a basement window. Police, led by one Inspector Malone, burst through the church doors only to find the building abandoned, despite reports that the church's organ was heard mere moments before. The number of missing children has grown to 10 over the last 4 months. While the victims have thus far been young children of the city's lowest classes, outrage has spread to the regular people of Red Hook. The police have been entirely ineffectual in keeping the city's children safe. So, the owner of this house and his wife were strangled by monkeys 40 or 50 years ago? If we're seeing the same claw marks again?
Yes, and with some extra context added by Joe. These are from like the 1920s.
Oh, from the 20s, not even the 60s. This is even
Oh.
before that.
100 years ago.
100
yeah.
years ago.
100 years. So this has been repeating for even longer than we thought.
Yeah. I mean, it's all pointing in the same direction, but it is curious that, I mean, we're looking at this mansion, which Robert, the gentleman and occultist, used to own, but obviously he's probably dead at this point, but it's still happening.
Right. Well,
Has been
Soydam
100 years.
was. Let's see. Yeah, he was the one who originally built this place.
Hmm.
And then it was inherited by Gunther Garretson in 26. So not long after his death there. And so looks like it went to young bride Cornelia Garretson. Maybe Gunther was her brother or son, some sort of, next in line for that. Do we
Yeah.
think, is this some kind of a cult? This visitation of the Blessed Women Church, I can try and see if there is an address, if it was nearby the location where this house is, if it's...
Well, it says Red Hook, right? That's
Same hood.
an
Yeah.
whole region of the city.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Zander, is that nearby where we are?
you can if you like Google the church, or you will find that there are some records of a church once standing in that neighborhood by that name, but that building has long since been torn down.
In terms of
Um,
its original like plot location, is it nearby
yeah,
where this mansion is?
it's not too close. As you look, if you look on the map, I said a couple, uh, last session, you'll see
Yeah.
that Red Hook is sort of more of that, like it's basically sort of like that bulging area, sort of that sort of like almost spherical or like circular sort of little part, like neighborhood nearby the cone abduction, and then the Garrison Mansion is sort of down in the corner over there.
Yeah.
So it's not like super. So it wouldn't be super nearby to the mansion.
Yeah.
Um,
Like,
the there's the one thing that you do find is just sort of like like looking at this church in sort of records is that apparently it's the church organ was one of the only things recovered from the when the building was destroyed.
okay. So we need to, when we go to the mansion, we need to keep an eye out for anything with keys and put cameras on it, is my guess. Because it's attracting, or there's something, maybe these monkey things like playing the piano, right? Like,
Can I try to, like, I imagine that would be something to contact an antiquarian or something about if that organ was the only thing recovered. Even if it's mired in controversy, church organs are really cool, and people are likely to pay a lot for antiques and keep track of it. I want to see where it ended up, if it, may have any kind of significance to this at all.
Yeah, make me, I guess, a history or like anthropology role.
I
If you have
have
either of those skills.
absolutely neither of those. Could I attempt a
Potentially
charisma
accounting.
or persuade roll to call an antiquarian and see if they can
Um,
look this up?
there's a million antiquarians. It's gonna like one that has like this specific knowledge. It'd be a different skill set than just like persuade.
Okay.
I have
Um,
40 anthropology, and could I maybe,
yeah, you can certainly try the roll.
yeah, I'll see. Let me give somebody a call, Sybil, and see.
Appreciate it.
009.
Double o nine.
Hell
Success.
yeah.
So while you're doing that, we'll get to that in a second. So it sounds like someone wanted to be calling the two uh, workers who quit.
Yeah.
Do you have their address, Sybil? We could. Sometimes I find people are a bit more open to turning up, and they might want to tell you a bit more because they want to get rid of you rather than just hanging up on the phone.
If I have their phone numbers, could I find
Yeah,
their address
yeah,
or okay?
yeah. So you have their employee records, so unless they've changed house since they were last employed by Bloomfeld, but so
Okay.
you would have both of their addresses.
Mike, I can accompany you for that if you want, or Arthur, did you have any leads if you wanted to go along with that too? I'm happy to help this get done as fast as possible.
What's our angle when we talk to them, or just let them know we're investigating
Well,
the kids?
Well, they just quit recently. Maybe we say that there's been problems and we're talking on behalf of an attorney's office about a class action lawsuit against want to get their story. And so there's a monetary benefit to offering that up, like to entice them to share everything.
Genius.
So
Mike, you look like a lawyer.
well, I'm not sure if that's such a compliment, but I'll drop my tie and try to be as slippery as possible.
There you go.
Yeah, so you sort of like you sort of make that comment as you're sort of like waiting around for this antiquarian to call you back, and you do eventually get a call back, and he gives you like there's a bit. So basically, the church was destroyed. Like the church was demolished in like 1926 or so, like very seemingly very shortly after whatever happened with the Sidums happened. And the organ had a sort of a very long list of ownership, and
Yeah.
then in the 1950s it goes missing.
Okay.
Just entirely vanishes. Like there's a report for it to be somehow someone stole it, despite being the size of a church organ. Just it was there. So whoever the last owner had it, it was just there, and then it was gone.
Yeah. Strange. And I would know probably with a 40, like any type of artifact like that going missing is very atypical. Yeah.
Basically, one that large.
Yeah. I'll let everybody know as we're driving over to talk to these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to hit dead ends until we're in the mansion at this point, guys. But
I think
Right.
getting that's probably our highest priority. But talking to these two, do we split up into 2 teams of 2 and go talk to them from our law firm of Whitaker, Lawson, Sawyers, and Burke?
yeah.
I think that
That's
makes
good. Big one.
sense. I have 40 in law. Could I draft up a kind of bogus class action lawsuit sort of document and things
Yeah,
that we
with
can
with
present?
the 40, yeah, just very quick, like you just like you're like on the way, you're just like on your computer typing up, like okay, this, and this. We will, we won't be able to like, like you'll be able to share like a draft with them. Like you won't have like a piece of paper for them because you
Yeah,
don't
I'll
have
ask
time to
Mike to
print
stop
it.
at a
But
FedEx on our way there, and we'll print off copies of it to hand to everybody.
Good
um,
idea.
so you'll eventually, so eventually you'll find, we'll say the one you'll sort of be able to get a hold. It looks like one of them is out currently,
Okay.
probably working another job. Um, but you will be able to find Noah Arajo at his home, and his home is this like small little apartment in Red Hook. Like you go up like 3 flights of stairs. You knock on like this, like must be like a studio apartment. Yes, this dingy, quiet place. The light bulb sort of flickers above you as you knock on the door. And opening the door, you see there is this, he's he's a pretty large guy, about 6'4" or so. And he is a Hispanic man. He doesn't look like he's shaved in like a little bit, so he doesn't have like a full beard, but he looks a bit scruffy. And he sort of leans out the doorway and is like, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Which two are talking to Noah?
Uh, whichever two want to be in the scene, frankly. We'll say that you're sort of the one posing as a lawyer here. Mike, you'll be in it,
Okay.
and
Maybe
we'll say
I can be there.
40 in
Yeah,
law.
let's do Mike and Arthur
Yeah.
for that. I've been talking
Yeah,
too
I can
much.
be there.
Same.
Yeah.
Mike and Arthur.
So, good afternoon, Mr. Rodeo. Is that correct?
Arajo.
Arajo. Sorry. Talking to a lot of different people. My name's John, and my colleague here, Robert, from the esteemed law firm of Whitaker, Lawson, Sawyers, and Burke. Do you mind if we could take a bit of your time?
Um, sure.
Yeah, look,
Can I ask what this is
it's in your
about?
best interest. It's in your best interest, sir. Um, so I believe you were, I believe you were recently employed by a Mr. Edward F. Bloomfield and his corporations.
You say that name, and you immediately see him like stand a little straighter. He's like, "Yeah, what about it?" Um,
Well, there's a potential class action lawsuit.
oh, there better be. Jesus Christ.
Okay, well, that sounds like we've kind of. May we come in?
Sure, sure. Yeah, sorry. It's a bit of a mess coming. And you, like, the two of you, the three of you, like counting around, barely fit in this apartment. It is like this, like maybe like 10, like the living room space, like with the little side kitchen, is maybe like 10 by 20 feet at most. It's just like this tiny little closet of an apartment.
Yeah.
And he stepped inside. He's like, I don't like. I've got like 3 chairs. You can find one. Um, he said, "What class action?"
Oh yeah. There's uh, yeah, we've OSHA violations. There's been so many different things going on.
Oh,
Uh,
you're fucking telling me.
yeah, but we were looking to interview some people who could give us some information. See if you could, shine any light on what's going on at this place. And make sure we have an actual case here.
Look, yeah, we were working. So okay, so there was me and Mantaria. Look, you might want to sit down. We we only worked there for 12 days. We'd been hired on as extra security because some stuff had been going missing, right? And so we're walking around the house at night. It's this creepy old place, and we were like, I was like, we were chasing down this missing power equipment. We, we had heard some like someone was like playing music in the house. It was weird. Like, and then sometimes the radios would get like the electronics would just go off by themselves. Like, I know this sounds like a ghost story, but okay, get this. This is the night we left, right? So we were frantically chasing down some power tools that were turning on and turning off, being found being turned on and then unplugged. And then we heard some people talking on the fourth floor, but we couldn't quite get what they were saying because we were like down 2 floors, but we heard them. And I grabbed a fucking sledgehammer, right? And he and Mentoria grabbed a pry bar, and we ran up to the fourth floor, and we see that all of the tools that we'd been looking for were laid out on the floor, and every single power cord had been strung up in the rafters and tied into nooses.
Oh
Hmm.
God, do you think it's like a hate crime or something? What's the deal? Nooses?
Yeah, we quit the next morning, right?
You didn't
Just
find any
a
people?
question.
No, never saw a single person, but somehow they
Hmm.
did all this, and I hadn't seen we didn't see a single guy.
Just to proceed a bit more, we need a bit more than just noises and some nooses. Is there? Just thinking, was there anything you actually saw, or even um, potentially a way that because somebody's involved here, may have easily broken into the premises, maybe around the security, or maybe they, you know,
Look,
bypassed the systems or jumped over
I
the fence in an easy access point.
look, we I was we were security, right? So we had access to the cameras. We looked like we didn't see any fucking guy. We didn't see fucking anybody on those cameras ever.
Well, every system has its weak point. Was there an easier way to access this system, which maybe had a blind spot in the cameras, or maybe?
I listen. I'd say so, but that shit, that place fucking like by the time we got there, that place was already covered in cameras. We installed more, like in all the places that we saw that were blind spots. If we within those 12 days, like we could have swore we had every fucking square inch of that place covered, and somehow some people still managed to like sneak in and fucking tie everything into a noose. I don't know.
Okay. Can I ask you a procedural question? I mean, and there's no like you left quite suddenly. Is there any chance you have any? And there's no judgment here. Any possession of the Bloomfelds in your like maybe your access card, your keys, or anything else like that? That we just don't want to muddy the waters. Anything that might be worthwhile, we can just clear the air and take back.
Look, man, I wouldn't take anything. I wouldn't keep anything from that fucking house. Like I'd be scared. I'd be terrified that fucking someone's gonna start sneaking into my house. I like not that I've got much to steal around here. But
Well, I understand.
no, I don't like. I had been, until I heard class action. I've been happy to just pretend that place never existed, man.
Okay. We've certainly got a lot of information from you. What do you think, my colleague here? Do you have any other thoughts or any questions?
Well, Mr. Marajo, have you noticed any other strange happenings? And you say that there was the news. Was there a note or anything? Did you like, there's any signs of any messages being left for you, or is it just a hostile work environment?
I mean, like we did, like Mantaria, like a couple of days before the new shit happened. Like he said that some like he's like a he's like Italian, and like he said that he heard like some people, like some of the people whispering. They were whispering to him in like fluent Italian, right? Like and like saying shit like good is like as good at it as like his mom, and his mom just like has been, I have no idea. Like it's just weird shit, man.
Oh no.
I got nothing for you, but like as far as evidence, no, we didn't take any fucking pictures. We just wanted to be out of that fucking building, right? We like, but you want to talk about weird shit? I could talk about weird shit all day.
You don't think it's the mob, do you? Like, I don't really want to get involved. The class action lawsuits are, they're only worth so much. If the mob is involved, I don't know if this is a safe thing for anyone. You said Italian, the fluent Italian. This is uh,
Your guess is as good as mine, but like if you know some of that shit, was like super stupid. Like some like we watch the so we watch the cameras obviously because we see that new shit going. Like we see that room full of nooses, and we go and like we don't have anything pointed at like the rafters. It's all on the floor, and it's covering the entire floor of the goddamn place. And then we just see that like the power tools are like, just like falling from the ceiling, and the nooses follow right after them.
Yeah, I think
Right?
there's certainly a case to be had here for a psycho safety work hazard with a definite impact upon your overall well-being and your uh, fiscal standing in the community. I think there's certainly something that we can follow up on here. Okay, well, Noah, yeah, do we have any other questions for Noah, do we think? Or
my only question. We have Mr. Manzaria's number and address, but do you have like is there a local haunt that he likes to hang around at, or is he just would we just do better seeking him out after hours? Make sure he's home.
But I don't know the guy very well.
Okay.
Just, we worked for, as I said, we worked with each other for 12 days, and then I think we'd be very happy to never see each other again at this point. But look, I'm sure if you asked him, like you get basically the same shit. It's like we did. We both were there those nights. And neither of us had a good explanation for any of the shit that happened.
I see. Well, thank you very much for your time. Uh,
You sick? Are you sick or something?
it's allergies. I swear it's allergies. Do you have a tissue?
Dude, wear a mask. God damn it. Look,
Ugh.
look, you got like a form or something for me to sign it? Like I told you what I got.
We'll send you an e-document. Don't worry. You just give us your email address, and we'll send it. We'll have our people get in touch with your people. Yeah. Thanks for your concern as well about my sniffly nose. I'm sure you've seen people with allergies before.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. Yeah. Just send me that. I'd be happy to like testify all of that shit I just said in court if it's gonna get me some cash. I deserve to be paid so much fucking more for all that shit. We didn't tell Bloomfeld that any of that shit happened. We just quit, because we were just like ready to be out of there, at a point. Mm, yeah. So
Well, it's certainly something that we're considering, and your information evidence is certainly will play into that whole process. Thank you very much. May I call you Noah? Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
yeah, sure. Yeah, you obviously know where to find me. So if you need anything, I can send you like my email address or whatever. But so
And I do up my leather valet or whatever it's called, with my official forms in it and all the documents that Sybil's created us, and look very official. And that's the case closed. And we exit out of the door. And thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
yeah, sure.
I'm
Yeah,
going
like
to sneeze on this doorknob as we leave.
you
Gee,
see like as you're closing the door, you hear him like clearly he's washing his hands.
had it in for those Italians.
He's looking at me.
No,
It's all
no,
part
he
of the
did.
act.
Yeah. Okay, let's go find the others. I think just obviously something's going on. We've got to get into that mansion, have a good look around. It's at nighttime. But sooner we get in there, the better. If there's any kids that are alive.
Oh man, those kids that little, they need to like have milk so often. They need to be fed so often. No way those kids are alive still. But we still need to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I've been kind of just I don't want to rain under parade, but the kids are almost definitely dead. Capital D.
Well, gee, I was hoping there'd be a slither of chance. Well, let's just keep that door open and let's go find out. And maybe we could find some justice.
That's the spirit.
Should we all get together and head over there?
Yeah.
I think so.
And so are we looking at going at night or during
Yeah, and at
work
this point
hours?
it's probably like the sun is heading down at this point. Like you're looking at it's around sunset at this point.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
suggest we head straight there. If there's anyone left on site, let's stick to the original idea of, a surprise inspection.
Yeah, I think if possible, Sybil will elect to, like, if we can, I don't know what the car situation is, but she will elect to stay in the car and you three can get out and search around, but she wants to stay in the vehicle to try to, I don't know the right term, like hack into their Wi-Fi servers for the cameras and everything. and can just be kind of surveillance and letting you know where the cameras are, and as she gets access to those feeds, to note if there's any blind spots as you are going through it, like maybe with the blueprint of the house and kind of marking where the cameras don't see too.
We don't have to plug in the doohickeys.
It's all wireless doohickeys, don't worry about it.
Wireless doohickeys. Wow, that's
They're calling them thingamajigs now. Yeah,
thingamajigs. Oh wow, is that like a 2.0 type thing?
they're neat.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. So
I'll
should we
hand
drive
out
up
some
to the
hard
sign?
hats. Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Hard hats and vests. And I have a clipboard.
Yeah.
So you eventually begin to approach the S. Garrettson mansion. And this is around the second time you're seeing it, but just for sakes, it is this around 4-story, this massive old mansion. You can see like there are these tall sort of gothic spires that adorn the roof, these tall chimneys, these very decorative windows that are all covered in tarps. You can see that there's this large sort of fence surrounding it, and you can see that there is like a smattering of power tools that are sort of left out in the front yard that are currently being put away by a couple. It looks like they're getting ready to close up for the night. So you can see like there's a couple of workers that are sort of moving them into these like some storage units that are on site. You see that to the right of the door, you can see that there is this trailer, like this like a mobile home that's been set up, probably for like an office of some kind. And yeah, and you're just sort of seeing it sort of silhouetted against the setting sun as you sort of like finally approach it. And yeah, the night is yours. Looks like this. Looks like people are still here, closing up shop.
You guys, so do you think we should? I mean, if we're posing as inspectors, we could on the little trailer door, see if there's a manager around, say like, look, we've got to take a peek around, see what we can see.
Yeah, I can do that. I can go and see if there's anybody in charge and then say we need night access and then try to even get his keys or something. Yeah, I'll go find somebody that looks like, maybe has a button up shirt rather than a t-shirt and see if I can talk to them.
Yeah. So as you sort of approach the fence, right? The so as you sort of approach the fence, you see that one guy sort of drops what he's doing. You think that this is Maxwell Christensen. He's the
Okay.
one. He is this, sort of generally, sort of like this sort of he's got this sort of friendly smile on his face. He's got this very sort of like round face. He looks he looks African American, and he leans over the fence, says, "Saw you walking up. What can I do for you?"
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm from the city and we're gonna have to do an inspection. No one needs to be on site, so you can get home to your family, but I will need access. Um, Apparently somebody's been calling the cops about tools gone missing, and they sent us out here since the police couldn't figure it out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, thank God someone's actually fucking looking into this, man. Like we got some like we had the cops down here like 5 times, like since I've been here, and that's during the day. They get called at night like half the time. Yeah. Let me go grab Bloomfeld. I'll talk to you about all that shit. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, if you need anything else, people around here call me Maxie. I do drywall. If you need anything, uh, I'll try to be as helpful as I can. But yeah, let me go
Thanks,
grab
Maxie.
Bloomfeld. So he goes over to the trailer. You see like knocks on the door, and sort of like doesn't wait for it to open. He just opens it himself and walks in. He stands there. You see, there's like about a minute of like movement in the trailer. You can see through the windows, and then at that point, Bloomfeld steps out, and he is a sort of average sized guy, like him to be the only one in sort of like in like a button up as opposed to t-shirt and high vis vest. Um, nicest like nicely combed hair, sort of middle aged dad face, a bit of a stubble. Um, he will walk over, sort of stride over. He's like, "Hey, you hear about the missing tools? I heard that."
Yeah. My name's Jason Carter, and I coordinate things with the city to inspect job sites when things are going south, when the cops can't do anything about it. And I heard you've been calling them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please, and he'll like go over to like the gate and open it, and like unlock it and open it for you. It's like, yeah, just come on in. Yeah. Let me sit. I got some space in trailer if you want to go sit down. Yeah, I got some. Yeah, I'm so glad someone's actually taking this seriously. Look, the cops think I'm like the cops think I'm like prank calling them. Like, like I, how much fucking money I've lost on this site. Jesus Christ, come on. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, you
and
got
they'll
a
like
beer in there, or I'm
uh
just kidding. I don't drink on the
Jesus,
job. I'm just
I wish, God,
all right.
this fucking site, God, I if I could, yeah, it'll sort of lead you over to the trailer, and there's like basically like a little conference table set up in like what would be the living room of like the mobile home, and he'll like sit down at it. He's like, yeah, yeah, okay. So, you said you wanted to you were gonna do some like inspections.
Yeah, we just kind of want to walk through and make sure that everything's okay, and file our own report with the city since the cops don't seem to be doing anything about it. It's just something the city likes to handle to keep our construction businesses going around. Like this is a huge economic powerhouse in the city, and we want to make sure it's moving smoothly.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, yeah, I think it's I think it's just kids. I don't know, but somehow they've been getting in and fucking with my site. Like they've been ruining tools and stealing shit. They've been just scaring the hell out of my workers. And, I I try my best to keep my guys happy. That's how I keep my business going. Um, but yeah, 11 times. 11 times in the last
11.
year have the silent alarms gone off.
11, huh? Yeah.
And
And yet, you've never seen anything on your cameras. I see you got some security set up here.
no, yeah. Look, like, and every time one of these, like, these things trips, I gotta haul my ass all the way from fucking Freeport to see what the fuck happened. And
It's a drive, man. That's a drive.
yeah, I know. I haven't seen nobody. I haven't seen nobody on the cameras. I'm 3 months behind. 3 months behind schedule. Xenov's getting ready to fucking dump my ass. I'm now making my milestones.
Yeah, I mean that's tough business. So yeah, I got a little crew with me. We're used to doing this thing. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of it. And if not, I'll make some security recommendations for the site if that's okay with you and send them your way. You got a card?
Oh yeah. They'll like fish through his pockets and like slide you over. It's just like this nice, like it's clearly like this nicely printed card. It has like the logo is a little how like it's the name Bloomfeld, but it's got like a little like triangle on top with like a chimney on it to make it look like a house. Like
Yeah.
the
Thank you.
E
Thank you.
sort of looks like a window.
Yeah, again, use can go home because we don't need anybody on site. But if you do have an extra key or something, I can leave it in the trailer before I leave, and lock up behind me.
Yeah, Gomez will give you that. He does our lockup, and he's the guy who turns on the security system, so he'll show you around there. I'm just thank God someone's finally taking this seriously, man.
Yeah, I hear you there. Yeah, we'll do the best we can, and I'll send those recommendations your way, and tell you if we find anything.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Yeah. We're locked. We're getting ready to lock up. Gums will be here probably. Gums will probably be here until next hour. Everyone else is gonna be, filing that once they're done with their shit. But yeah. Feel free to talk to anybody you need to. I, we, you know, this is the worst. This is the worst fucking site we've ever been on. But we try to be open. We got a good reputation to keep up. Feel free to ask anyone anything. We're fully cooperative here, man. I just whatever get this fucking job done. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why I'm here to help. All right. Thanks for the cooperation. Appreciate it. And you have a good night.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. And he starts like grabbing his coat and he looks like he's pretty much getting ready to head out himself. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, guys, let's go in. So, and then I'll grab the keys from Gomes, I guess. Yeah.
so he'll lead you out. Sybil, you're in the car, presumably with your nice laptop open or blacking open.
Windows are cracked. Yeah, there's a little sign on the window that says she's perfectly fine in here.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a comp sci or a second roll when you're going higher?
All right. I am much better at comp sci, so we're going to do that. And that is a 52 under 70.
All right.
I mean, over
You're
80.
in hack. You're in hacker man.
I'm in.
You can see there's it looks like, at least on the servers you have, the servers that you have access to, it looks like they've got like a week of security footage and other stuff. Like if it's unusable, probably just gets deleted
Mm-hmm.
or sent to some server farm somewhere.
I will, yeah, I'll just be keeping folks updated. I think we agreed we had a group chat or something, basically.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll, send them the hacker text. I'm in. I'll be trying to just download the old footage onto an external hard drive to look at later, but mostly just trying to track them with cameras. And we'll send a message when I lose track of someone and trying to help note their blind spots and calling out questions to examine.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So back outside, everyone's sort of packing up. You can see, and yeah, you head over to Gomes, who you recognize from the employee records. He's about 25. He is a Hispanic man. Looks to be, you think he's about if you remember from his employee records, he's Brazilian. He's like pretty not like sort of a bit of a baby face on him, sort of very sort of soft looking, like a bit wild hair. And he looks over to you. He goes over to you. He's like, "Hey, brother." And it looks like before you got to him, looks like Bluebell got to him and sort of told him what was going on. Says, "Hey,
You Gomes?
yep, that's me.
All right.
Nice to meet you. Tomas, you can call me Tomas."
Okay. Hey, Tomas. We just need a extra key, and I know you're locking up and want to get home to your family, so I won't take much of your time. So if you have a key to the external locks and even inside the mansion, if there's locks on the doors, that'd be much appreciated.
Yeah, Bluebell told me to give you whatever you need. So,
Mr.
yeah,
Tomas, right?
yeah.
Uh, how do the silent alarms work? Could you tell us that? I've heard that there's been,
Yeah,
we've been told that there've been several of them that have gone off.
yeah. I mean, he'll show you it's like basically little tapes on the doors that anytime a door opens, they'll after they've been set, they'll go off. He shows you how to turn them on. It's like I gotta turn these on anyway. So, um, yeah, just anytime a door opens that isn't supposed to be opened, it's mostly these exterior doors, and at this point we start putting a couple of them on the windows too, but they'll just go off. You know, it- I I don't know if it. Frankly, I don't know if they're really like going off. I think they might be faulty. Like they go off constantly, man. But yeah, uh, uh, how they're supposed to work is, and he'll explain the whole deal. But yeah, it seems like mostly be on the exterior.
Okay. Thank you for the information.
And yeah,
Worthwhile
I can.
turning those off while we're on site, or not arming them.
Uh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll probably keep the one on the back door on, and
Uh,
probably ones on the windows, but we'll keep this one on the front door off. Um, yeah, if you need anyone to show you around, I've still got a little bit of work to do. I do this security setup, and I also still got some stuff I gotta clean up after everyone else. So I'll be on site if you need like someone to show you around. Uh, I can show you anything you need. We appreciate you guys coming out here. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
and anything I need to help.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you're on your way out, but if you're offering, I mean, is there like any place that gives you a strange feeling, or do you have a gut instinct about that's where this is happening in the house?
Um, ye- as far as like places in the like that you're saying give me like bad. He's sort of like a little. He's like he's not confused like at what he's like sort of like. I mean, have you heard about this place, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some stuff about it, and I know the hood, so it's it's a weird place, and just curious, like if there's a spot,
Ye- oh,
or a floor.
there is absolutely a spot, my man. You want to bring you and your friends up? I can take you up to.
Before
Yeah,
we go, do we? I would assume I have a kit bag in my car with a couple of torches,
mhm, makes sense.
potentially, potentially a shotgun. Is it worthwhile
The
me
shotgun,
going
the shotgun would be like unless you're like carrying it like in like a like a big carrying case, but
just a duffel bag with some equipment in it? Maybe we can
mhm,
duck back to the car and grab a few torches and some equipment for our inspection.
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll grab. Yeah, I can't. I'm not sure what I've packed, but a couple of torches. Uh, certainly my sidearm I've already got on me.
Mhm,
Wire bolt cutters, and hopefully something a bit heavier than a handgun.
yeah. Um, let me show you. And like I just start coming in. So you come back with the double bag. He'll take the three of you into the house, and he'll see. So basically, you've got this sort of every floor has sort of been. It looks like the ground floor is basically entirely complete, ready for plumbing stuff to come in. There seems to be about 5 units on each floor, and they're basically. And he's like describing like, yeah. So we've been coming around. We've been trying to keep as much of the original structure as possible, as much as the wood, as much as the original wood. We've got like these, here on the ground floor, we've got this foyer space, and so this is where this, and you can see there's like some furniture lying around. It's like they're sort of like getting ready to sort of set up where, basically like they've got like the mailboxes off to the side in this foyer space. He's like, yeah, you've been, it's a beautiful house, but Jesus Christ, that you have no idea. You think you've heard some shit. You have no idea what's going on in this place at night, man. Um,
Yeah.
but you want something. You want the place that gives me bad vibes. Uh,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
me show you. Let me show you the unit 35. Come on.
Oh, Unit 35. All right.
And
Yeah, please.
he'll sort of lead you up the stairs past the second floor and up to the third floor. And he brings you up to what looks to be like the front door of an apartment space. He sort of walks in, flips on there's no power in the apartment, but he has so he turns on like a little flood lamp. And he steps inside and sort of, gestures for you all to come in.
All right.
And just as we're walking, I'll send Sybil a text on my old flip phone, and all capitals, no abbreviations. Says we are in exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Why is he yelling?
Does anyone? So, what's everyone's power scores?
55% or 11.
65.
And 60.
Arthur, so everyone sort of steps in, and you're the last one in, and this place is not right. You step through this door, and you are in this bare studio apartment, and just every nerve in your body is telling you this is not right. I need you to make me a con times 5 roll.
Sure. Ooh, con is mighty low. Damn.
Are you willing to spend 1 willpower?
Sure, I'm willing to spend a willpower.
Yeah. You have to force yourself to stay in this room for even a second. You want to vomit just standing here.
Oh God, what is that? What is this?
Yeah, you feel it too, right?
Yeah, this place is. Oh God, my allergies are really kicking in. Oh, excuse me. You blow my nose.
It's not allergies, man. You just got to go to see the doc. All right.
Come on, I'm telling you, this place is horrible. There must be mold in the walls. This is.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on here.
Maxie and Lisa. Maxie and Lisa have been fighting over this room for weeks, man. They've been there's just been this room has caused fucking people, everyone around here, so many goddamn problems.
What kind of problems?
I mean, you know the phrase "measure twice, cut once." Maxie is a measure 10 times, cut once kind of guy, right? He measures these walls, right? Because they gotta, do some they do drywall framing. He measures the walls, right? And my man has, he's great at what he does. I trust him to I would trust that man to build my own house, right? He's the first time he does it, he's 5 inches off. And he Lisa has to do the next step, and Lisa's like, "Hey man, your measurements off." He's like, "I am sure my measurements are right?" So he then comes back and he measures again, and this time he's 12 inches. He's a full foot up. They finally get it right the third time, but man, there is just some, and they have been arguing about that shit for months after, right? I got nothing for you, man. This place, this room, there is something about this fucking room, man.
Do you know what this room used to be?
Yeah, give me I think it's like it used to be like the like I think it was like a study. I think. Yeah, that makes sense.
What floor are we on now?
Third floor, 35
Third
feet.
floor. So not the fourth yet.
While you guys are talking with him, I'm just pretending to be an inspector, but just looking around and seeing if I see anything strange.
Make me a search roll. And I'm gonna say make me a search roll at -20.
You're muted.
I mean, that's 0. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's 0. Then you're looking around like it's just an empty fucking apartment, man. Like it's studio apartment. It's about you know,
Am I able
yeah,
to follow them on the cameras into this room, or is this room
Yeah.
on the cameras?
yeah. This room's got camera.
Okay.
Looks like this room has got like 3 cameras. Like it looks like they've tried to do everything they can for every application of this, but
Okay.
it's like 600 square foot energy. Like looks like double pane, energy efficient windows. You've got space for a stove, bathroom ready for a sink, shower and toilet. Uh, and like Gomez says, like this place took like 3 times longer than usual for us to build, right?
So I'm basically the note taking guy. I've got the clipboard and I'm writing things down as people say them. But I might check out the windows while I'm doing that and just have a. Is there any outward facing windows and do they look like they've been scratched, tampered with?
Um, you're looking at it. Looks pretty clean.
Mhm. Then I'd like to look at the floor. Is it original floor work?
He says, floor work's new. I think we've got these he like knocks and he sort of knocks on like the wainscoting, which is like those like it's about a
Yep.
just like a waist high panel like wood panels on the bottom of the floor on the bottom of the wall. And like these are the main thing that's we've kept for this space, and it's kind of
So you pulled up the floors and nothing, no mold or anything else under there, and but
yeah no
everything, the wainscoting, it's nice wainscoting, isn't it?
yeah
Is original. So I'll walk along it and start tapping it, and start looking for. I've got a bad feeling about this. Just anything, where it sounds different. There might be a compartment behind it, something left behind, but ostensibly looking for mold, allergens,
oh
structural imperfections.
Gums goes, "Oh man, look at that!" Like he's tapping along. He's like, "Hey man, look at this!" And he goes over to the wing cutting, right? And you see, he goes over to one of these one of these panels, and he like grabs it by like the top edge, and he pulls it out. But it is clear that there is like this mechanism that like he pulls it out, and it flips over to like sort of like become like parallel with another piece of wainscot, and you see there's this like black, almost like chalkboard space behind it, like on the back of it, and then he shows you the wall, like there's like a crawl space there, and he's like, "Yeah, I
Huh.
mean, like our electrician's been using this to get it to get in. I think there's got to be like some more shit like this around this house. This is the only one I know of, but like one of our electricians uses this to get into the walls,
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I don't want to make a comment. Can I have a how did you do that again? How did you on a could you just tell me how you that's really fascinating. I've never seen that before. And
Yeah,
just
I
so
mean,
we can keep an
like
eye
you
out for it later on.
yeah, he's like he pulls it back off the wall and sort of flips around. It's basically like you just like sort of pull it, and this like wooden mechanism like sort of pulls it out and flips it. And
Uh,
but once he puts it up against the wall, like if he hadn't shown you this, you would never have seen it. It is like perfectly like full. It is like perfectly like
Yeah,
flight.
yeah. So can I have a really good look at it? Just at least have some small chance of spotting it elsewhere.
Yeah, he'll like show you up and he'll let you like you start inspecting it. And,
Yeah.
you sort of like tap it a bit, and you tap sort of that like it's like this pitch black chalkboard
Yeah.
material in the back that you sort of like tap a bit.
Hey, come over and have a look at this. Is this on the original plans? Because
I
before we came here with a bit of preparation, we looked at the original plans. Was that
No,
no, no. Hey,
Plus,
that's
I
go
was
on.
just gonna ask. Do you have like a layout of these things? They must lead somewhere, right? So if your electricians are using them, are there any electricians still in sight? Could we get one of those guys to give us like a map of where these things
yeah,
go?
he'll like you like goes, nah, man, everyone else is gone, man. Nobody wants to. Nobody like the fact that I stick around here this long at night is because I drew a short straw. Like,
You ever climb around in there?
no, God, no, Jesus, you think I feel horrible just standing in this fucking room, man. I don't want to go in the fucking walls. Look,
Mm.
Well, one of
you
my
want to hear
high
something? You want to hear something
coaches.
crazy? You want to hear something crazy,
Yeah,
man? That happened here. Um, I was working in this room. I was doing a little bit of cleanup, and I swear to God, you're gonna think I'm telling ghost stories, but my mom really believes in this stuff, and it really freaks me out because I'm standing here, right, and I'm like dusting basically, and I hear over my shoulder someone says, "Come here" in perfect Portuguese.
Did where could you tell where they were trying to get you to go? Come here. Come here. Come where?
I don't know. I
Oh,
was I, was- I was just standing in this room, and I like you know some my mom, um, she's she does candomblé, like white people call it like voodoo. Um, yeah, yeah. My mama taught me to like believe it when things come calling, you don't answer. I just like I didn't finish my job that night, man. I got up and left.
sure this wasn't one of your Sparkies playing a little trick on you, crawling around them tunnels?
Man, if any of the people around here could speak Portuguese that good, I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know who. They certainly haven't told. They certainly haven't said anything else to me. Um,
Sure.
if you're looking for any, it's like it's I have been like that's not the only thing. A couple weeks back, um, it sounds like someone was fucking someone was playing fucking organ music, man. Like I thought someone was in here with a radio.
you've
Okay.
never seen an organ around?
We don't have a fucking organ in here.
Is there like a
No,
basement?
no.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely goddamn. Look, man, I've been working on this site for so fucking long, man. I'm ready for this job to be done. We basically just got like this, like about like a quarter. We've got like mostly the fourth floor. Just keep working on, man. And once that shit's done, I'm never looking at it.
So
But I'm
the third's finished, and you're working on. Have you started the fourth floor?
The third's not quite finished. We've got like a one or two other units to work on. This one's finished, but we got a couple
Uh-huh.
more to work on. But
Uh-huh. Do you
yeah,
want to take us up to the fourth floor and we go, have a bit of a look there?
yeah, sure. And yeah,
I'll
we've got
stick around here in this room while you guys do that.
Okay.
All through the crawl space by yourself without
No,
telling anyone where you're going.
So
And calling to him. What we
You'll
really
take-
need is headsets so Sybil can talk to us and tell us what she sees.
so he'll take the three of you up, and we'll sort of catch up with the other two, or take the other two of you up, and we'll catch up with the two of you in a second. Sybil, you are on the cameras, and like you're sort of following them as they're leaving 35, and you've seen that like Gomez has been pretty animated, right?
Hmm.
But otherwise, you're looking around, like you're flipping through your camera, and you're looking through like the old like footage. So it looks like, so you're looking at the footage for 35, right?
Yeah.
There is a cut in the footage like about a week ago, and then you look at the footage the next, so it's like during the night, and it's like for about 10 minutes of time, and when it comes back on, you see there is a like dead bird on the windowsill, on like the interior windowsill, and you sort of like keep watching you sort of keep flashing forward to see if there's anything interesting happening. You then see that morning, like someone walks into the room and is like, sort of like back quick, like sees it and like immediately like goes downstairs, and you see that like Bloomfeld brings everyone into that room, and it looks like he is like shouting at them, like trying to like he thinks that like one of them left a dead bird here.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
seeing that, yeah, I think I will. I mean, also noting the opening of the that spot in the wainscoting has me very concerned, because I don't think I saw anything like that on the blueprints that I managed to get from City Hall, right?
No.
Yeah, that seems something notable. All right. I probably just have a notepad that I'm keeping track of things like that for, because it seems like there's definitely something fucky going on in here if there's a crawl space, and then seeing the bird and a cut in the footage. So their security cameras seem unreliable, except to maybe be a hindrance for us. Um, Keeping track of the footage, what is Luke doing in the room? As I notice that y'all are splitting.
Yeah, what is Luke? We'll cut back to Luke.
I mean, this car or this chalkboard thing, Luke is probably bending down and like touching it and pushing on it to see if it moves, and just seeing like what it is. So
Mm. You're sort of like tapping on it, and then
yeah,
you hear from like the doorway to the apartment. Would you like to go inside? Roll send.
okay. 12 under 50 something, under 55. So yeah.
You lose none.
Okay. Who is this? I hear this from inside the door or behind me.
So you're like tapping out. You hear from like behind you, like sort of thinking it from like sort of from the direction that like the door to the apartment, like someone
I
talking to
see.
you from like the hallway.
Obviously gonna turn around and look and see if anybody's there, but if I'm rolling sand for it, probably not. Do I want to go in? Sure. Yes, what's in there first?
Now it's from the bathroom. You hear, it is anything.
Hmm. Um, I'm looking for children. Are there any children beyond this?
Are you a witch hunter?
No. I work with children in a way. How do I get into, how do I get beyond this door?
Come here, I'll show you.
The bathroom?
That sounds where it's coming from.
Yeah, as this is happening, I'm speakerphone dialing Sybil. You want me to come to the bathroom so you can show me how to open the door. I'm going to slowly do that because I don't know who you are or what you are.
You step into the bathroom, and Sybil, you watch this from the cameras as he steps into the bathroom, and then the door slams shut behind him. And look, the door slams shut behind you with a loud thud.
I'll definitely be startled by that. So
Yeah, and you're in pitch black.
great. I'll make, since my phone's on speakerphone, I'll kind of just use it for a little bit of light. I don't know if that was necessary, but why am I in here now?
You
Immediately
flash,
pulling out a second phone and texting the others in all caps. Something's happened to Luke.
you're looking around
Bathroom.
the flashlight, and you see it's for one split second. There is a pair of eyes that you see the reflection you see, like you shine like a light in a cat's eyes right over your shoulder.
Ugh. Hello. I won't turn around though.
The eyes turn, and they like it's moves so fast, like it's like if it's a like a, they don't like a figure thing behind you, it would just be, it's like it just went.
Okay. I'll try not to pee myself. And
Well said.
yeah, we'll see if I pee myself or not then.
So, Xander, when do we get the text message from Sybil?
About right now.
38 under 55.
Lose one. You are looking around with your phone, and there is no one in here but you.
Okay.
You go over to like the door, and like you have to deal a handle for a bit because you realize it was locked behind you.
Oh, shit. Okay, so you lock the door, and I'm just narrating this out loud so Sybil can hear. Are you really going to show me how to get in there, or are you going to hurt me?
So Gomes is sort of, so the other two of you, Gomes has led you up to the fourth floor and showing you around one of the penthouses. And like Arthur, you like the second that you step out of unit 35, it is like you are like a smoker who is breathing fresh air for the first time in years. Yes. And like you just let out this sigh of finally being in like as if your sinuses cleared. It is like Jesus Christ, like you are so, every part of you is so biologically happy with being out of that fucking room.
I can breathe for the first time in years.
Gumsar looks at you a little odd.
So it wasn't allergies.
I think I could have been. Could have been. I think it probably still was. Oh, it's coming back, man. It's coming back.
Beep, boop, boop. We both get some text on our phones, I
Yeah.
assume.
Well, it's sort of a little bit afterwards as he sort of like it's a couple minutes later after he's led you up into led you up into one of the first penthouses, showing you around, and it's like just like different construction. It looks like all of the most of the equipment has been locked away. It's like they've been much more careful with locking away their equipment at night. Um, so and like he's just showing you around, and that's sort of like a couple of days later is when you get the text message from Sybil.
Yeah. So immediately when we get it, hey, we better get back down there. So Gomes has left us at this point, is that right?
No, that was still here.
Okay. Hey, we just got a message from my colleague. Let's just get back down there right away. And I've got the nice meaty sort of torch with us, and just get back to the room.
Yeah, he'll follow you. He'll follow you back down, and that's when you see us. And so Luke on the other end of the door, on the other side of the door, you're just like unlocking it. You hear like the thump 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 of the others outside.
Yeah.
I'm in here, guys. I think something's with me.
Yeah, and you can unlock the door. It locks from the inside. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can unlock it, and I'll step out, breathe some relief as light filters in. Something was offering to, and I point at the chalkboard wall panel thing, open that for me. So it's a door of some sort. When you guys came, I think it took off. I'm not sure. I saw these strange cat eyes, though, behind me.
We look at Gomez.
Gomes is like, Jesus, they first night. Yeah, I never seen it like the weird to happen to someone on the first night.
Huh.
Took those two security guards like a couple weeks.
Well, I was thinking it was your colleagues messing with you, Thomas, but maybe.
They wouldn't listen. Nobody's messing around on this site, man. We all want to be out of here.
And immediately go to the bathroom and just shining my torch around, having a really good, thorough look. Is there any evidence of, you said cat's eyes, anything crawling on the walls, scratches? Anything else could have been in there with him?
No. It looks
Oh,
like
looks all
a pristine
clear
like
to me.
bathroom. Pristine bathroom. All it's still like it still needs like the tub and the toilet and the sink is dissolved, but besides that, like
I gotta ask you, Tomas. Strange question. You haven't seen any monkeys around here, have you?
I monkeys. I ain't seen. I have seen the wait. Look, and he like pulls up like he's like, wait, give me a sec. Gets on his phone and he shows you like a footprint that was found in the dust of like after they had like cut. This was like sort of the dust from like wood shavings. They had like cut from a thing. I'm going to send this handout. Note that the picture you're seeing is not in blood, but it is this shape.
Okay. Oh, ooh.
Oh, that looks exactly like a baboon's. Jesus, they're monkeys.
And like he says, like about yay big.
Oh,
That's a big monkey.
okay. So
That's
gorilla. Yeah. As I'm pulling myself together, Tomas, I think we got everything we need from you. I don't want to keep you here any longer, especially if weird stuff's going on. And we're gonna wrap up pretty soon.
And like as a note, Gomez has not like stepped into the unit 35. He's like staying at like the door frame.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What? Yeah, you should head out while we finish up here. We'll lock up the rest of it.
Yeah, good look in there. Especially, yeah. You want some advice? Probably stay out of this one.
I don't know,
I'm sure
man.
you realize that already, but
The more you guys talk to him, the more likely Mike's gonna have to kill him. So sorry.
Yeah. So I think we let him go. Just say
yeah,
we'll just finish up our inspection of level 4, and we'll be done soon. You may as well wrap up, Thomas, and you know, I believe you, son. I think it's mighty creepy, these old houses. Who knows what's been through here?
he sort of shakes his head. He's like, all right, yeah, just yeah, I said good luck. Uh, man, if you figure out what's going on in this fucking house, you know, I want to be the first person to know. So, and like, so he'll like at this point he sort of like starts like, walks sort of speed walking down the hall and down the stairs.
Yeah. Be safe. 3 points of contact. Remember.
Don't worry. We'll get animal control involved as well to solve the footprint situation. Got nothing to worry about.
He's like,
You haven't seen any
bullshit.
monkeys, have you?
With footprints as large as a human head. Sure. Yeah. Guys, I definitely got a bad feeling about this, but I do think, I mean, Arthur, you said when you walked in here, something strange happened. Maybe,
Yes.
okay.
If there was a way for me to pinpoint and say this room is definitely there's some like kids getting killed here, I would probably something strange is going on. I felt it. I felt it in my bones, in my sinuses.
You can sense
Can I
magic with your
suggest-
sinuses.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
the
suggest,
thing
Nick?
said, oh, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you mind if we stay together while we
Yeah.
investigate the rest of this building? It's just from a bit of a security point of view.
Sure, of course. Yeah, sorry about that. Sybil, should you come in with us at this point? I'll say into the speakerphone.
Well, I want to. So, a couple of things is one, I want to keep tracking them over the cameras, especially if I see any of them wander off of a camera, because it's going to be our best shot for detecting blind spots, or if they note something weird, that it's just helping me map the house out. But I do want to play back the recording. I imagine that as Luke kind of called on speakerphone, I opened the record app on my phone to just kind of also record whatever the speakers were putting out with.
Mm-hmm.
Did the phone pick up another voice? Or is it something that Luke may have heard, but the phone may not have registered?
Civil roll Sam.
No. That is a 23, so pass.
Maybe it was just quiet. Maybe
Yeah.
they were whispering, but there's not another voice on that phone.
So I imagine that the group may be having kind of this huddle with Sybil on speaker. And I'll just tell Luke, like, I was trying to keep my breath down, but I didn't hear anyone else on the phone there. You're telling me it led you deeper inside the room?
It asked me to come into the bathroom, and I saw it behind me in a flash, like some just glowing eyes, and then something large scuttled across the room. But before that, it asked me if I was a witch hunter.
That's
What did you say?
very specific.
I mean, I'm not a witch hunter, so I did not lie. I just said I'm not a witch hunter. And I asked it if there were children in there and it was cagey. So I think that square is maybe where the organ music's coming from, or like it's something else.
I have a bad feeling we're going to end up crawling through those tunnels.
I missed if we had if you had said this already, Xander. But did you describe whether do we have an angle on the bathroom door from a camera, like when it's shut? Did you tell
Yeah, Sybil saw the bathroom door slam shut. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Sybil, I will say you have sort of, as you've been looking through the cameras while this was happening, you have not in 35, and like you have noticed some blind spots already. That you like they're small, and like a lot of the blind, but as far as like floor blind spots, there's maybe like one or two, like that, like maybe like small little corners that aren't covered by camera, but most of them.
Right.
I've never encountered anything like this, but I think if we want a chance at finding those kids, Arthur, like you're the one who has this strange feeling in the room. Like, can you look at that thing, the slate or whatever it is?
It was like a panel that can come off, right?
Yeah.
And it slides off to the side, and it reveals like a crawl space, like an opening.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's got walls that are chalkboard style walls.
No, like the chalkboard is like on the so like when the panel comes off, it like flips around and it's on the chalkboard is like on the back of the panel. But then like when it flips around, there's like some crawl space or where the space that it's left open.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that thing was referring to the chalkboard part of it, right? Or was it referring to the crawl space on how to get in? Because if it's just a crawl space, then I know how to get in, but I was specifically messing with the panel itself.
You can interpret this what happened how you would like.
Okay. I mean my assumption is it was talking about the panel itself, because that's what I was pushing on and trying to figure out. But it could just be the crawl space. So
can
you take a look at it, Arthur?
Yeah, certainly. I'll try to like he'll pull his suspenders up, get himself ready to go in and walk to the door. And
are you going into the crawl space?
Not into the crawl space. I'm going to like inspect the panel itself, like the chalkboard wall portion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are like, you're prodding it, you're pushing against it. It's like, it's weird, like it's sort of like chalkboards are like the best way to describe the texture, but it is like it's been painted like black, like black, like like you shine your flashlight on it and it is like not reflecting the flashlight.
If I take my nail and like scrape at it, does any of the paint come off at all, or
as you start feeling it around, like paint doesn't come off, but you're feeling like it's hard to see because of how it's painted, but you start feeling like there is like carvings on the back here that are like that sort of feel like you sort of like trace your finger around a circle and then a line, and then the lines sort of start to connect, and the circles. It's like you realize that there are like small, like carved geometric patterns on the back of on this sort of like black surface.
I'm gonna like furrow my brow. I'm gonna look over. Which one do you get? Give me that clipboard. I need some paper.
Yeah,
yeah, and I'll just like slap it up against there and do a little rubbing with whatever writing utensil I have.
Nice.
The sort of on the paper you pull it back and you can see like sort of the general shape of like it's the clipboard size piece of paper, so it doesn't cover all, like it's not all the entirety of the draw of whatever symbol is here, but it's just these extremely complex geometric shapes that and the cuts are all very thin and precise. And like it is like the fact and like it is something you would only notice from touch. Sight wise, it just looks like a flat wall.
Mm. Hey, might be worthwhile marking that out. Is there any paint or like a builder's crayon sort of lying around, or even chalk or anything similar? Because I'd like to put a big 35 or something on the back of that, just in case it gets closed and we need to know where it is later.
Yeah. So you start looking around for some chalk, and
Yeah, chalk
then
or paint or something white.
and as you are, all of you hear from the floor above you a chord of like a blast of an organ.
Mm. Well, that sounds ominous.
Sybil?
If that is also coming through on the phone, I remember that, they told Gomes and the others to kind of pack it up for the night. If it seems like other people may be leaving, my main objective is
like everyone sort of left at this point.
okay. Yeah, my main objective is kind of to not be seen in this in case we need a new person to come in and, exonerate the folks inside. I think hearing that organ blast over the phone, Sybil will say, "I'm coming in," and, will make her way up there for it.
You sort of cross into the yard, and that is when you hear something pattering in the grass behind you.
Stop and look around.
You turn around. You don't see anything.
Standing still for a little bit, just to take a peek. I don't know if I was able to see like the size of the footprint, but I've also, just been aware there's some kind of New York sewer rat monkey things that must be associated with this area. But if I don't see anything, then I guess I'll make my way inside and maybe grab a ball peen hammer. Go ahead.
You hit the front door, and that's when from the yard behind you hear, "If you are not witch hunters, then are you witches?"
I'm gonna go ahead and roll some sand for that.
Remember Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That is a 56, which, no, I'm still good. Okay, so.
All right. Lose none.
I think that may stop me in my tracks as like my hand is on the door. The group gets a call back a little bit later as I'm in the car and I'm back in the back seat going, so they're listening all throughout the house. I just went to walk inside and something was in the grass I couldn't see and said, if we are not witch hunters, then are we witches? I am assuming this car is at least somewhat muffled from them, but you have a lot of guests who are aware of you.
Make sure you lock the doors. Maybe we should be communicating.
Okay.
And you have a Phantom of the Opera situation.
Downstairs? Okay. Can I shout, "We are witches"?
I've got my hand on my sidearm at this stage. Anything happen?
Arthur?
I think that Arthur is just panting. He's like breathing heavily, maybe like leaning against the wall of the nearest wall that he's in the room, stumbling kind of vaguely toward the exit of the
Yeah. You
of
hear
Unit
Peter
35.
pattering behind the wall behind you. In the crawl space.
Quickly drop down and look and see if I can see inside. Like, is there something to see in there?
You look down and you like can see like you have to like it's not like immediately like in like sort of the open space, but you have to like you sort of like stick your head in. You can see in the like sort of like in the like little hallway, like little crawl space behind there, far in the back of like the crawl space. There is a pair of eyes, and it considers you. Um, and then it just disappears into like turns a corner in the crawl space.
I think
Well
that
said.
Arthur, yeah, I think that Arthur would just kind of like freeze a little bit. I failed.
Lose. Lose 2.
You freeze. He's like, uh, there's something in there. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
Okay, well, maybe step back a bit. And I'll pull out
Yeah,
my
he'll
gun
like
at this
fall
point.
on his ass.
Okay, gentlemen, we knew something was going on. Do we come on after get up? Do we go up to the fourth floor and check it out?
Uh, I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's tactically sound. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to check out the rest of the house that we could access
Yeah.
before we enter a crawl space. But I'm also worried about the fact that we don't know where any of these crawl spaces may come out. There's one entrance here. There's got to be entrances other places. And
I was about to grab a hammer, and at least if you know where the one crawl space is, to smack on the wall and see if it makes a different sound for the crawl space and the mechanisms, then the rest of the wainscoting, I don't know, it's a fluke. I can't see anything from these cameras. This footage is getting cut out. Maybe whenever these things are coming out, I would fucking kill for some like a thermal scope or something at this point, as they're sneaky as hell. I couldn't see it in the grass, but it was right behind me.
Can we assume that Sybil's on speakerphone with us or someone's got a Bluetooth headset that we can?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the
assumed I'm just on speaker.
So, Sybil, can you did you see an organ in any of the video scans? Because we just
Hacking
heard
through
one.
all the cameras.
Nothing even vaguely organ shaped. Like there none of these places have like furniture yet,
Yeah, nothing.
But yeah, but I like your idea of tapping along. So, yeah, let's. I think we should move along, gentlemen. We should go up to maybe level 4 and check out the situation up there. And as we enter a room, maybe just tap along the walls and see if we can find. We've seen one of these secret hidey holes. Maybe that'll help us in finding others.
yeah, tap for the sound of hollow wall, I suppose, right?
Yeah, but I've got an awful feeling we're gonna have to have a look in there. But maybe just keep that as a last resort.
I really don't want to go in, but
Can I just, if I look in my bag of stuff, would there be a couple of torches so everyone's got their own torch?
Yeah, everyone can have a flashlight.
Yeah, yeah. And can I ask, gentlemen, that paw print, that was much bigger than I thought for a monkey. Did you bring weapons? Are you armed?
I have a knife. That's it.
Got a load of power tools downstairs, hammers.
I've got I assume I have a handgun, like just a regular pistol.
Okay. Okay.
Do you all
But
want me in there or me out here? After what happened to Luke, I have a distinct feeling that if I go in, that door's going to lock behind me. And I thought here I
yeah,
can turn on the car alarm and maybe try to get folks down. But I don't
and
like you
you
three
could
just being
always,
alone in there.
yeah. I think if you were going to come up, we're going to have to go down and get you. I don't I don't think you even being by yourself is a good idea, Sybil. So I think maybe you're safe in the car for now. What do you think?
Yeah, if you're willing to stay in the car and keep me the eyes in the sky,
Yeah.
and in case you know this is some open portal to a goddamn alternate dimension or something, if we get sucked through, you could do what needs to be done.
Yeah, I'll burn the fucking house down behind you. I mean, at this point, if you would ask me yesterday if I believe in ghosts, I would say no. But now apparently we got ghosts, demons, witches, ghouls, and goblins. All kinds of shit going on in here.
Don't
Something's wrong
forget
in
the
this
monkey
house.
and the wainscoting.
I imagine you just see like through a little crack in the window, it's just like a chimney of vape smoke is coming out.
Okay, let's head up to level 4, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as we get into a room, if we could have Sybil make sure she's got the us in full view, and let's just tap on the wainscoting if we see it as we get up to level 4.
As you sort of start moving up the stairs, and you are flashing your flashlights around, trying to catch all of the corners. You find yourself in one of the penthouses, and you are sort of you're sort of walking around trying to like sort of knocking on the wainscoting. You give me a search roll, whoever wants to.
I got pretty good search.
And this will be one person's roll as opposed to everyone's.
Go for it.
Okay. 26 out of 60.
You tap on some of the wainscoting, and eventually you start hearing more hollow sounds.
Do we get like that same kind of vibe feeling in the rooms?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Good.
Um,
How did they open this thing again? You like push, twist, and flip.
Show him.
Yeah, and just so you know, like this room is much more unfinished. So like there is like the floor has there's no like so you're like sitting on like the bare floor underneath what would be like the the like wood paneling. You are like there's like some exposed beams still going
Mhm.
through. You as you're doing so, you begin to hear like a little don't like a knocking. It sounds like it's coming from there is this old looking antique fireplace that you all turn around to look at.
Was it like the sound of like metal on metal, or like kind of like
Sounded like it's more of like a tink tink, like metal against
Tink.
like the metal, either metal against metal, metal against stone, something like that.
okay?
I've got a mirror in my bag. Let's just have a look up that chimney without sticking a head up there.
Smart move.
So the are all three of you approaching the fireplace?
Well, how about I'll go over and you watch our back, Arthur. Especially that now opened crawl space you've just opened up. So I'll go over and use a mirror to sort of put it down and see what I can see.
So you are shining yourself in the mirror. So Arthur, you're standing next to the wall, and I don't know, like the wainscoting is not like open. You just sort of felt the crawl space
Okay.
there, or like heard it. Luke, what are you up to?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand between them, make sure I'm not in the tail end or the lead, and watch what they do. So
Mm-hmm. So Mike, you're sort of like holding the mirror to like see up into the chimney, and you're looking for something. The other two of you are sort of watching carefully. Sybil, I assume you're watching this from the cameras.
Yeah.
You're actually not, because there is a human face that is looking directly into the camera.
I'm sorry,
Ancient,
what?
old, gray, and like gray, long beard, shaggy hair, two beady cat-like eyes staring directly into the camera. And then you hear from behind you, thousand-faced moon. Thousand-faced moon.
Sounds like a bit of a sanity roll.
It absolutely is.
God damn it. I rolled an ought 4, but I want to fail this. I'm going to choose to fail this roll because this is fun.
You still lose one, because then the face moves, and the face should not move like that. Like, it's not like a person standing looking up into the camera. It is right up against the camera, and then it just
Hmm. On the...
you're rustling behind you.
Yeah. I don't even have time to kind of worry about what the fuck I just saw. I turn around and look like out the window, kind of looking around where this rustling's coming from.
It is coming from the back seat.
The fuck? Turning, looking inside the car.
You are looking around, you're like looking at the back seat, sort of like from the seat from the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
You hear a tap 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 tap, and then the trunk opens.
Jesus Christ, fuck. I grab pepper spray out of my bag and open the door to go around to the back of the car. Shutting the door behind me.
You run back around and you see the left in the trunk is a handsaw.
I kind of look at the pepper spray in my hand. I look at the handsaw. Pepper spray. I'm going to grab the handsaw. All right, what the fuck do you want, huh? Huh? You think I'm afraid of you? Piece of shit?
Back upstairs, the three of you are the two of you are sort of watching Mike, like looking through from like the looking through the chimney, and you're looking through this mirror, Mike. And Mike, I need you to make me a power roll.
Okay. Ooh, 81 over 60.
You make my own roll here. You swear that you see a pair of eyes And that is when you stand up, you begin, and the other two of you see Mike stands up and begins to walk out of the room.
So I stand up calmly. I don't just
Stands up calmly,
jump back.
begins to walk out of the room.
Okay.
Mike, wait, where are you
Mike, you're
going?
busy.
Yeah, can I key into that? And since I have a high psychotherapy, put my hands on him and try to stop him and talk him down.
Mike, you have to, Mike, you need to get this person off of you. You need to go do what you were told to do.
I'm assuming I'm compelled to do it.
Mhm.
Do I see that it's my friend? Yeah, or my colleague?
You need to get this person off of you right now.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not going to punch him. I just hand and just shove back.
Roll on combat. Are you resisting, Luke?
If he starts pushing me, yes.
Luke, you
Funny
can
enough,
also roll
that's
in combat.
91 over 50.
Okay.
It wasn't
Start.
big.
All right. I'll roll mine.
Well, I've got
24.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Luke,
a
Luke, you
torch in
hold
one hand and a mirror in the other.
Yeah, Luke, you are holding onto Mike, and Mike is like shoving against you, like trying to elbow you in like the stomach, like with full force.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to him and be like, "Hey, Mike, I'm just trying to help, buddy. Where are we going? Like, you're in charge here, but I need to know where you're going and what you're doing to help you. Like, how can I help, man?"
Mike, you blink, and the last thing you saw was a pair of eyes in the mirror. And now you're standing across the room near the door.
What? Nick?
Yeah. Are you
Michael,
okay?
Sam,
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, sorry, my lord. 16 under.
I imagine under six, more than 16.
Yeah, more than 16. 16 under 60. So
You're still going to take one.
yeah.
What the hell happened?
Something. I looked in the fireplace and I barely remember. I saw some
You
eyes. Is
remember
that what I saw?
You had like a thought, and it was definitely your thought. You just needed to not be in the same room with these people. Like you feel like it was your thought, must have been, but
Yeah,
you can't really
I
decide how you got from one spot to another.
I saw these eyes and I determined that I had to get out of here, away from you two, to be by myself.
Something wasn't separated.
That's
Ba, 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 ba.
what? That damn organ.
I mean, it's not in the house. It's not in the camera, and it keeps coming from different places. I mean,
Couldn't fit in a crawl space. Can I just ask a question though? Did we hear Sybil yelling because we were hooked up via phone? Did we hear that happen?
Sort of been distracted, but now that you're like not dealing with each other, you can hear Sybil going, "What the fuck? Like, I'm not scared of you." Sybil,
shit, guys, we got to get down there.
If
Yeah.
looking around outside, like I imagine there's nothing going on around. Shut the door of the trunk. I am going to get back into the car, kind of making sure to check under the back seats and everything like that. Is the laptop and everything still in here? I imagine I maybe left my phone in there too, so that's why they couldn't.
your phone has been
Yeah.
snapped in half.
Fuck. So yeah, y'all don't hear anything. I grab the laptop, anything else, and like, shove it in my bag. Looking in the windows of the house, do I see the group in any of the windows or anything?
Most of the windows are covered up with
Oh, that's right. That's right.
tarps.
All right. Then yeah, I don't really have a choice. I can't be totally cut off from the group like that. And I'm going to kind of shove laptop, router, everything into my messenger bag that I can. Pepper spray is clipped onto the bag, handsaw in the other hand, and I trudge my way into the house and go in the front door.
Yeah, and as I assume, when the other three of you are like, you sort of like meet each other in the lobby as the other three of you are sort of like
Yeah.
rushing down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at her, vape in left hand. Broke my fucking phone.
Are you okay?
I don't know. They can open the trunk of cars, they can get indoors, and they can snap my fucking phone in half.
Did you get that feeling where you're looking under the back seat of your car and you're trying to work out is something there? And
then
There
some.
is.
They left this in the trunk. I don't know if it's a threat. I aim to fucking use it against him. Oh, bastards. Do you have any idea how expensive a Google Pixel is? Shit.
no,
Fuckers.
what is it with these monkeys that leave power tools or tools? Are they gifts?
I
Didn't
think
feel
they're
like a
fucking
gift.
with us. They're
I
just fucking with us.
all I know is I don't want to go anywhere alone. I think we should stick together completely.
Yeah. Buddy system at minimum.
I think that's a good idea. Sorry,
Crawl
Sybil,
space?
I left you alone.
Crawl spaces are hard for a buddy system unless we tie ourselves to each other.
I wonder if you go in, if you're going to come out again.
Yeah.
Can we finish the reconnoiter of the building first before we?
Sure.
You all were
Before we-
saying you kept talking about an organ or something. I imagine like we're down here on the lobby. I never saw anything. Do we want to try searching for that?
Could you hear it from outside?
Could I?
It sounded extremely distant. I'll say that. You did hear it sort of like vaguely in the background while people were talking.
Yeah. Maybe. I more heard you all asking about it, saying something about it.
Yeah.
It sounded like, maybe it was someone's, music or speaker or something.
Okay. Let's check out the first floor.
So as you move through the first floor, you say it's completed apartments. There's no furniture, but you're moving around. You're peering behind corners. And Sybil, you're sort of marking where you sort of noted like one of the other two blind spots, right?
Yeah. At this point, I feel like I've grabbed just a can of that neon orange spray paint. I don't fucking care. So I'm just going to mark like where blind spots might be, just on the wall, especially like remembering vaguely where the cameras were pointed.
Yeah.
Just to give us places to keep an eye out for.
And can we keep on tapping on the walls to find any other further secret doors?
Nothing ever opens, but you do occasionally hear the thunk 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 of the hollow crawl space.
And no openable, because we know how to do that now. No openable spaces.
No.
So, I have a question about. I didn't think to ask this about the previous crawl space that. So, on the back of the panel, are these also that black chalkboard style painting, or are they smooth or?
On the back of most of the so on the back of most of the walls, like it's normal. Like it's just that panel that had that weird black, like those weird symbols of that weird black paint on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I guess, Sybil's already spray painted some of the things because you can cover up paint. Like I wasn't really worried about damage going in and out. but posing it to the group, how long do we really expect to stay here? It kind of feels like this shit's coming into a head right now. Do we plan on keeping the place tidy enough to come back to tomorrow, or do you want to grab that hammer and pry bar and fuck up some of this wainscoting to open these spaces up? Otherwise, I can just paint above where they're at.
I was thinking grabbing a crowbar and start pulling off some of this wall work. That's a good question. We got tonight. Then we're out of here.
Yeah, I think that we should just do this tonight.
Yeah, there's a problem, right? So, surely there's some crowbars or something lying around, or some equivalent tools. There's something we can find, Zander.
You are sort of looking around, and you remember that there were sort of these locked up like you'd have to go back outside to like get up. So it looks like they've been taking it mostly outside and putting them in these like storage units, because all of the tools keep getting stolen from inside the house.
Yeah.
So you would need to go to get any like real like any like real tools. You need to go into one of those like storage units.
I think I saw a chainsaw that might be quite helpful, or some sort of buzzsaw to cut through this. Something that's either battery or petrol powered, so we can move around with it. Let's go grab something and
They've had enough stuff go missing.
Walls.
You all looked up on the 4th floor. Maybe they have more of your little nooses hanging around up there. Grab a circle saw with it.
We didn't quite make it up there.
Well, we got two choices, up or down.
Room. We got to one room. So should we get some tools and actually, because I'd love to make a big hole in the wall just in case we need to get out of these crawl spaces if we end up in them.
Oh, I think we're going to end up in these crawl spaces.
Yeah, I really
think we're going to end up in the crawl spaces. I'm concerned about carrying power tools in the crawl spaces. It's going to be a tight fit.
Yeah, let's just make a hole. Let's just make a big hole, a big old hole, so we can maybe get out at some stage. Let's start with that.
All right, then as you begin to sort of move back towards the front door, as we're going to end this session from the dust.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Woohoo. Cool.
Thanks, Zander.
Right,
Thanks for running. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting finale.
So I think my star is I think for how Luke handled sort of the situation in the bathroom. That was a really fun moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Folks had a lot of great ideas in terms of like ingenuity, doing the rubbing on the back of the board and whatnot to see what the shapes and things.
Mike coming up with the name of the law firm and we should make like a fake contract.
Yeah,
like fake legal documents. That was fun.
Now, this was good. I feel like we're on a really good kind of trajectory progress. It was a lot of background research, then some active, and now we're just in the shit for this next session. And I think we're either going to solve it or we're going to die next episode. One of the two.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, I was really waiting to see if you were going to try to leave the house or try to do it in one night. That was sort of like where I was like, okay, we're going to do it one night. We're going to leave the session here.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think like that's what Sybil is. Once the car was compromised, she's like, fuck it. Like something has got to go here. Either we burn the house down, but trying to still find the kids. No, this was excellent. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah. I love the idea, the having you as Overwatch, so Sybil, like, watching the cameras and there's movement and, oh my God, they're behind you. But I really enjoyed how you played the it's in the back seat. It's there right now and you're checking.
Yeah.
That
I
was
love
really
that,
good.
and I love the kind of like, oh, I want to look closer in the camera, and there's the face that's waiting there. It felt like right out of a horror movie. That like I go to zoom in, and it's just maxed out on this bizarre face right in the screen. And then yeah, with the noises coming from the back seat, grade A, perfect.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I guess if go ahead.
Do either of the other two of you have any stars or wishes?
Yeah, I mean, mine is the restraint that Sybil or Lex had by staying in the car. Like, there's no way I could have done that. Like, but like, that's great, and it helped us like push the investigation. And then I guess another star for Chance, who's perpetually like doing his like sneezy voice, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. So yeah, cracking me up. So
He cleared my sinus. Oh God, they're coming back. That
That's
was
bad.
It very much reminded me of that. Like, I'm free. I'm fuck.
yep, so good.
I'm really enjoying the scenario, Xander. I'm having a good time with it. Yeah, you're doing a good job with like making stuff freaky,
Mhm.
for lack of a better way of saying it.
Well, I guess in that case, thank you for running, Xander, and thank you all for playing in this. This has been a blast, and thank y'all for watching at home. We're going to go ahead and do a sign off as another thanks for listening to another RPG Reanimators. It's a live actual play, and we'll see you next time, whenever we will probably remember more of what happened this session leading into the next one, and we might make it out of here, but no promises. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye now.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.